Hello, everybody, wherever you may be. My name's Larry. My call sign is Kilo 7 Hotel November. I'd like to welcome you back to my shack here in Northwest Oregon. It's time for CQ Calling, presented by MFJ. Hi, everybody. Happy Friday. It's Black Friday. Yeah, the 27th of November. We are on 7.203 open frequency. We'll see what we can do tonight on CQ Calling, powered by MFJ. MFJ has everything from A to Z to make your antennas, your radios, your tuners A-OK. Check with mfjenterprises.com to get you started. They do a good job. Let's get her going. CQ. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ calling. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live and listening. Again, please. Pretty out there right now. Let's try it again. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, CQ calling live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live. I don't think we're going to get that one. That's a little deep. Try to adjust the bandpass filter on this just to narrow it down. We'll also increase it from time to time. Also move in the contour a notch. We'll see what we can do to make those signals come in. Let's try again. CQ calling. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ calling. Live from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon on YouTube. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ on 40 and standing by. Now, sometimes it can take a while. You have to have people scanning the bands, and sometimes it just works from there. You know, you get one call, then another, and another. We'll see how it goes. CQ calling. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ. Live on Ham Radio Live on YouTube. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ on 40 meters and standing by. Hi, Colorado. Scott, nice to meet you. Again, station, trying to pull you up. Is your station out there? Please come back. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. I've got someone tuning an amplifier. That could be good news. Let's try it again. CQ. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ calling live from Ham Radio Live on YouTube in the Pacific Northwest of Oregon. We're calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening. Now, this show, by the way, QSL. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Who do I have on that side?
Hey, Roger. This is November 7 Hotel Echo X-Ray. I didn't know if you'd be skipping over my head or not. I'm not very far away. I'm over here at Jefferson. I don't know. That's like maybe 30 miles.
Oh, man, we're using Skywave. That's awesome. November 7 Hotel Echo X-Ray. Kilo 7 Hotel November. We are only about 30 miles apart, so we're picking this up right off of the direct beam, not off the ionosphere for the folks that are watching on YouTube. My name is Larry. Independence, Oregon's my QTH. You're right around the neighborhood here. What are you using for your equipment? Over.
Kind of a small station here. It's the FT891, the little mobile rig, although it's sits here on the bench.
Great radio.
I like to keep things small, although I do have quite a long antenna. I'm talking to you on a 130-foot in-fed 80 through 10.
Well, first of all, the 891's a great radio. Love that little radio. It's such a good rig. Packs a lot of punch, no question. And that end-fed's working great for you. Hey, we ask a question often on Friday night during CQ calling. By the way, I'll send a copy of the show to your email from QRZ. What is it about ham radio that you really enjoy? Would you share that with us? Over.
What is it about ham radio that I really enjoy? Oh boy, that's a tough one. Well, obviously, getting a notification on YouTube and seeing that frequency there and being able to hear it, that's kind of cool. So I guess talking to strangers is kind of neat. I think that's part of the ham radio that everybody likes. But I don't know. Let me ask the YL over here. What do you think I like, dear? Oh, I'm getting strange. Look, got another ham radio operator in the kitchen over there. But there's always a test. I forget. I should have wrote something down. I'm not too much into it for the whole miracle and majesty, but it's sort of as fun to tune in daily and see what the bands are doing. That's kind of why I really avoid all the digital. See, now I'm going to get into banter, sorry. But I just like the snap, crackle, and pop of live radio. You never know what you're going to get. I check into the Oregon Emergency Net almost every day, and 80 minutes is wonderful, and then 5 minutes later it's not. Just those little surprises in there. You never know what you're going to hear. I mostly listen, so I actually learn a few things.
That's cool.
Lots of people just get on here to talk, which is great. But I don't know. Anyway, I'll throw it back to you. Maybe I can think of something a little more entertaining.
No, that's great. I think what you said was perfect. That's great. Wow. November 7, Hotel Echo X-Ray, Kilo 7 Hotel November. Appreciate that. Thanks for sharing. Everyone's got a personal story, and I love what yours was. That was great. We're going to give you 73, see if we can rank some more calls. We do the shows on Friday night to try and encourage people to join the ham radio hobby. So, with that said, we'll do our best to make some calls tonight and hopefully make a difference for a lot of folks. And I appreciate you more than ever taking part in the show to help start us off. I'll send a copy of this to your email. November 7, Hotel Echo X-Ray, Kilo 7 Hotel November. All the best, brother. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the holiday season. Here it is. And I got to tell you, I love watching your videos because I'm really hoping when that FT-DX10, when it drops, that's right in my price range. So I'm kind of seeing that screen there. That's what I'm hoping for. I want to plug in a monitor and watch the big screen. So I'm so excited it's got that port on the back. Hopefully everything else comes over and no bugs. Anyway, thank you. N7HTX. I'll be listening.
November 7 Hotel X-Ray. Echo X-Ray, Kilo 7 Hotel November. Yeah, that FTDX10 is going to be nice. It's kind of neat to have a radio that size that you can put up on a monitor. I think that's important to a lot of people. I really do. I think having the monitor is such a big deal to folks because it helps make the radio easier to use. So I think we're going to see more and more manufacturers go to that model. I agree with you there. And I hope you enjoy it. I can tell you the 101 has been a great radio for me, truly has been. And I'm sure you're going to love that new FTDX10 once it releases. So good luck, and I hope to hear back from you. Tell me all about it, okay? Kilo 7 Hotel November 73 to November 7, Hotel Echo X-Ray.
73.
Anyone else still on frequency? This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November live on Ham Radio Live on YouTube. CQ calling. Now, again, folks, we're using just the ZS6BKW on the MFJ 1917 extendable mast, right about 30 feet right about 30 feet. We'll move to the vertical later, but I'd like to see what calls we can make off of the dipole first, okay? CQ calling. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ calling. We're live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube, calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening.
Whiskey 6, Whiskey Delta.
That's our buddy Ward. Hi there, Larry here. Good to see you, man. What a joy it is to hear your voice, my friend. Thank you for checking in from Southern California. How's the signal down there? I'm curious how this ZS6BKW is working, Ward.
Well, I don't have a great signal, Larry. I got about maybe a 5x5, but I'm on the inverted V, so nothing pointed your direction. So I'm just trying to make the best of it. But I didn't quite copy exactly what you were running. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm running the ZS6BKW, Ward, about 30 feet. It's not optimal. I wish it was up about 10 or 15 feet higher. It'd make it more efficient, but just wanted to see how well it would work. So, 1,000 miles, that's not bad. So thank you for the report. I might switch over to the vertical here in just a little bit, but make some calls first on the dipole and see how it works. How are things going for you in Southern California? You getting any Christmas shopping done over?
A little bit yesterday online, and that was about a 5x5 copy on you the last time. So that's two ZS6 of mine, doing their best they can. But yeah, I did a little bit yesterday. Thanks for asking. Spent the whole day with my wife and grandson and daughter up at Los Angeles Village. So I just got home and got my phone. So anyhow,
he's a good guy.
Got your message earlier. So great to hear from you. It sounds like everything's going really good for you. Back to you.
Yeah, QSL. Thanks, Ward. Yeah, it's just an amazing blessing from the Lord. That's the honest truth. I'm grateful, very grateful, humbled, truly, and grateful for the people that join us on the channel. It means a lot to me. That's the passion behind it. It just comes from my heart. It's my first love, which is radio, sharing it with others, and hopefully bringing more people on the air. That would be the greatest thing ever. So, Ward, I'll let you scoot. I'm going to probably move over to the vertical here in about 5 minutes, see how well this antenna will propagate, and then we'll move to the vertical. Thank you very much for coming in. You are one of the good ones. Whiskey 6, Whiskey Delta. All the best, and God bless. Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Yeah, Roger, Larry. Take care, my friend. 7-3, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Whiskey Delta. We'll talk soon. Have a great show.
Thank you very much, Ward. I appreciate it. As always, you're a good friend. You're a good friend, and I appreciate you. QRZ, this is Kilo 7 Hotel November, CQ calling. I think I have a Whiskey Sierra out there. Could you come back? I believe I have a call sign with a Whiskey Sierra in it, but I couldn't quite make the whole call out. Could you come back again, please? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Okay, is that Kilo 7 Echo Lima Sierra? Okay, now I may be having confused. Is it Kilo 7 Alpha? Let me get the suffix again to me, just the suffix, please. Perfect. QSL, Kilo 7 Lima Alpha Sierra. I have an echo in my headphones, which kind of makes it difficult. So I tried to do this show with one ear, with both ears in, and it's still hard. So thank you very much. My name's Larry. My call sign's Independence, Oregon. My call sign, Kilo 7 Hotel November. I'm about 65 miles southwest of Portland. You're a 5'7", peaking at 5'9" here. Over. QSL, Bob. Well, it's good to talk to folks in Nevada. How are things going for you over there? What kind of equipment are you using, Bob? QSL. Hey, that's a nice rig. Absolutely. I love the Kenwoods. That's good stuff. Great audio out of those two. Great audio. Absolutely. Hey, Bob, I'm not going to hold it here. We'll appreciate you doing this, and I'll for sure send a copy of the QSO to your email that's connected to your QRZ page. Bob, thank you. Thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. Kilo 7, Lima Alpha Sierra, Kilo 7, Hotel November. All the best from the Northwest, and God bless you, brother. Okay, so we got about 1,000 miles right now out of the dipole. Keep in mind, the dipole is only up 30 feet. Should be 40 or higher. Makes a huge difference, 40 or higher. So we're going to move to the vertical now, which is the high gain AV680. So for folks like Ernest, who is a dear friend, thanks, Ernest, for being here, buddy. I appreciate that. I can hear you sometimes, Pennsylvania. Let's see if the signal comes in better. It should. CQ calling, CQ calling. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ calling, CQ calling. Live from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon and on YouTube's Ham Radio Live. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening. You see, we changed antennas, and all of a sudden, feedback nasty. Put some copper back up. Hopefully that'll help. Everything's grounded just fine. Not sure why it's doing this. We'll try it again. See how it goes. CQ calling, CQ calling. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ calling, CQ calling. Any station, anywhere. We're live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live. Calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening. Now we've moved to the vertical, which is the high gain AV680. Should give better coverage. However, even at 200 watts, we're not getting it. It's interesting. The dipole's doing just fine after all. See? 200 watts. Try again. CQ calling, CQ calling. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ calling, CQ calling. Any station, anywhere. We're live on Ham Radio Live on YouTube. Calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening. I have a November 7 and an Alpha Whiskey. Could you fill in the blank for me? Over.
November 7, India, Alpha Whiskey.
November 7, India, Alpha Whiskey. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, 55 to 57 here into Oregon. Great signal tonight. You sound great. I'm just having a hard time with QRM. My name's Larry. My QTH is Independence, Oregon, about 65 miles southwest of Portland. And you're live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live. How are you tonight?
I'm doing real good. You're coming in around 5'8" and a 5'9" down here in the valley.
QSL, yeah, we've got just a lot of QSB. So much fade tonight. Seems to be a rough night here. So I appreciate you coming back to me. What a joy it is to be able to talk with you. First time I've ever worked you. That's great. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. You know, the channel exists to help people learn about ham radio. That's the whole reason we're here. And these QSOs make such a difference. So I want to thank you for your kindness and give you a 73. Thank you so much. November 7, India Alpha Whiskey. All the best from the Northwest, and God bless you. From Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Okay, Larry, thanks a lot for the QSO. Yeah, the name here is Ray, Romeo Alpha Yankee, and I enjoyed chatting with you, making contact, but yeah, there's a lot of QSP, a lot of static on the internet. So, 73s, and we'll hopefully talk somewhere down the log. Day 7 weekend.
Roger, Kilo 7 Hotel November, QRZ. Anyone else still on frequency? This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. Okay, so because of the feedback issue, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move back to the dipole. We're going to tune it again, same frequency, okay? Because we know we can get at least 1,000 miles out of it, which is great. I think we can get farther. I really do. A dipole's a great dipole. Here we go. CQ calling. CQ calling. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. 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 Any station, anywhere. We're live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube. And this is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ and listening. I have a November 7 ending in India. Could you fill out the suffix for me? QSL, Paul, I've got your name. I just can't figure out the rest of your call. I've got a November 7 and an India. I'm so sorry. Could you repeat it a couple of times slowly, phonetically, so I can pull it in? There's a lot of QSB here.
Okay. November 7, Zulu, Victoria, India. November 7, Zanzibar, Victoria, Italy. Over.
QSL, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Paul. November 7, Zulu, Yankee, India. Sorry, Victoria, India, excuse me. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. I'm from Independence, Oregon, about 65 miles southwest of Portland, using a modified G5 RV about 30 feet, running 200 watts out of a Yaesu 101 MP tonight. So you're about a 5.7, little bit of QSB, but we're handling it. How's my signal report on your end? Over.
Yeah, the band's a little up and down. If you'll stand by, I can put my anthem line, see if it helps. Stand by with me.
QSL, Paul, go right ahead. We can wait for you. I can talk for a few moments. When you're ready, go ahead and just shoot me a call, okay? All right, folks. So we're going to wait for Paul to put his amplifier on. And what we're going to do is we're going to work a little bit and show you a little bit of the difference, which is kind of cool. It'll show a difference when you run an amp. The amplifier can make a big difference.
Kilo 7, Hotel November, F7, ZBI. Copy me here. Over.
QSL, nice copy. 5.7 to 5.9 now. That made a difference. What amplifier are you using there? I think we lost him. A lot of QSB tonight. That means fade for folks who are not in ham radio. When you say QSB, it means there's fading. November 7, Zulu, Victoria, India. Kilo 7, Hotel November. What's my signal report over there, Paul? Over.
Repeat that. I got this.
Yeah. Roger, I'm signal report. Wonder what my signal report is. My signal report is over. Boy, a lot of fade.
Kilo 7 Hotel November and 7 FBI.
QSL, my friend, thank you. I appreciate that. A lot of fade, a lot of QSB tonight for sure, no question. I'll let you go here, and I'll send a copy of the show to you on your email on QRZ. So an email on QRZ email is coming your way. Thank you for being on the show tonight. November 7, Zulu, Victoria, India. All the best, and God bless. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Kilo 7 Hotel November and
What a joy. QSL, thank you very much, Paul. We'll get you that email over there. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ, CQ calling. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ live on YouTube's Ham Radio Live and listening. So for folks that maybe not understand what's happening, we're usually just using a wire antenna right now at about 30 feet. Now, I wish it was up higher. I'd love it to be about 15 feet more, but we can't get it there right now. So we'll try another call or two. CQ calling, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ calling, live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening. Sometimes turning the passband, narrowing it down just a little bit can make a huge difference. Just getting it to 2.7, which in this case it shows 2700 hertz, that's 2.7 megahertz, that helps you a lot. So I said megahertz, 2.7 kilohertz. Sorry guys, here we go. CQ calling, Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ calling, live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening. And we'll check out real quick your comments. I promise I'll get to your comments. N7, you down at 7198? Is that where you're at? Really? I checked earlier. 7198 seemed a little busy. Is it loud where you guys are? Could be. Eric, thanks for the signal report. Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec, Kilo Juliet. Appreciate that very much. Okay, now we'll switch antennas again. We'll go back to the vertical. This is the high gain AV680. Whenever you change antennas, first thing always is to tune it, because again, you need an impedance match between your radio and the antenna. So you're changing antennas, make sure the impedance is correct between the two of them. Back to the rig. CQ calling, live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ. CQ calling, live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube from the Pacific Northwest of Oregon. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo 7 Hotel November, calling CQ and listening. Pretty rough night so far. And you don't see a ton of signals either. You just don't. Not seeing a ton doesn't mean there isn't. It just means that my antenna is not picking up a lot of signals here. A lot of fade for sure. CQ calling, CQ calling. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ, CQ, live on ham radio, live on YouTube. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ to any station, anywhere and listening. All right, back to the dipole. The dipole seems to be working better tonight, you know? Hey, by the way, some neat stuff I want to share with you on the channel. By the way, the chokes, which are doing a great job. I'm grateful. We don't hear the feedback. Feedback's not there, so that's pretty cool. Also, received this from MFJ this week as a thank you for some videos. I thought it was really kind of them. I want to share this. It's the MFJ Model 148 Radio Charlie, so RC. It's a cool clock. It'll show you your time as well as UTC. You can set it for 12 hours, 24 hours. But what's cool is it will connect to like WWV in the United States, you know, CHU in Canada, the time stations. So if you buy this, it can automatically connect, go to UTC, then you just put in your time zone and it's ready to go. That's a pretty sweet product. I want to thank Mr. Jew and Richard over at MFJ for the gift. Thanks, guys, for sending this to me. CQ Calling is powered by MFJ because, honestly, I'm using their antennas to do the show. So thanks to all the gang at MFJ for what they do. A lot of products, a lot of ideas for Christmas for you. MFJ can help make Christmas pretty special. We moved over to the dipole and see how we do, all right? CQ calling, CQ calling. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ calling, live on Ham Radio Live. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November calling CQ to any station, anywhere and listening. Just a second. I was looking for the box. It's a really neat product. It's not that expensive either. It will hook up. It's got atomic time on it. And it has a little light. You know, you can light it up if you can't see it very well. The light is there, so it's nice. It has a 10-minute timer, but the light's really cool. But it's just a nice product. I love it because I'll always be able to know exactly how long the shows are running, plus UTC, and make it all work. We'll try a couple more times. If we can't do it, we'll just get to your questions. We'll talk for a little while, and we'll end the show, okay? So hang on. Let's go back to the rig, see how we do. Again, thanks to the folks who've come on. It's been great. We've actually made 5 QSOs here, so that's not bad in these conditions. I have made a change, by the way, over to the second meter. Okay, it says SWR now, as you can see. I can adjust that in the 101. I can move it to your ALC control, your ID. I can move it, that's your amperage you're pulling. Watch what happens when we do it now. CQ calling, CQ calling. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ calling, CQ calling. Live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening. So at 200 watts, it was pulling right about 3.5 amps of power. That's all it was. That's what the ID stands for up here on this meter right there. So ID, that's about 3.5 to 4 amps of power the radio pulls. So if I want to change it now, let's say I want to go and check out my volts. Let's see what the voltage looks like transmitting at 200 watts. CQ calling, CQ calling. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ calling, CQ calling. Live to any station, anywhere. This is Kilowatt 7 Hotel November calling CQ and listening. So that tells you what the voltage is. You can check your voltage, your amperage as you're transmitting. You can also check your automatic level control of your voice, basically. So as you're transmitting, you want to keep it right at the edge of the white line right there. That's where you want it to be. We'll see how we do. CQ calling, CQ calling. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ, live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ to any station, anywhere, and listening. So there's your ALC. You can also check your SWR, which is really nice. The SWR you can check two ways. You can either do it with a tone. So if we move to CW, which is Morse code, press the key on the mic. There's your SWR. It's right about 1 to 1. When you're talking, your SWR can change because there's current going through your coax cable. Let's keep an eye and see what the SWR looks like. CQ calling, CQ calling. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ calling, CQ calling. Live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ and listening. So there's your SWR. As you speak, it's nice to keep an eye on that. So we'll do the same thing. Let's move over to last call. We'll do last calls here on antenna 1. So we'll move to the vertical real quick. We made 4 calls on the dipole, 4 on the dipole, 1 on the vertical tonight. It's a good reason why it's nice to have multiple antennas, right? Because you have multiple antennas. Some may work better than others. Just depends on the night or the day you're using them. That's all. CQ calling, CQ calling. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Calling CQ. CQ. We're live on Ham Radio Live. Calling CQ and listening. See the SWR jump. The SWR just popped, just jumped. I heard 2 things. I heard my auto tuner, my MFJ 998 auto tuner making noise, and then the SWR bumped up by 1. It means something was wrong, so I stopped the transmission as soon as I could. We'll try again. CQ calling, CQ calling. This is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November calling CQ. CQ. Any station, anywhere. We're live on Ham Radio, live on YouTube, calling CQ and listening. All right, have to get on the stream here. We'll get to your comments because it's a little bit slow, and that's okay. You know, it wasn't field day. It was sweepstakes weekend, last weekend. Anybody take part in sweepstakes? That's a fun contest. I think sweepstakes is cool. I love sweepstakes. I love DX Worldwide, and I love field day. Those are my 3 I love. I'll dabble a little bit in contests just to have fun, make contacts. But for the most part, I'm not real serious, not really hard into it. I just enjoy radio. Let's take a look at your comments. And thanks for the thumbs up. And again, thank you for kindly subscribing. I don't monetize the channel. You're not going to see commercials or ads here that you got to hurry and press the skip ad button for. And I do that for a purpose. I don't do that because I hate it when I watch videos. So I'd rather make the videos easier to watch for a longer period of time without you seeing commercial break pop in, right? I'd like you to be able to enjoy them and maybe tell somebody that might be interested in ham radio to watch the channel. Our hope is to be able to get them licensed. On Fridays, we do a show called CQ Calling, what we're doing right now, powered by MFJ. It's a way to show people what it's like to make contact. It's a neat way to do that. We've got some neat products coming up to show you. Really cool. In fact, a few of them just released. Let's take a look at your comments here real quick. All right. First of all, my friend Thor, Kilo 0 Tango Juliet Tango. Hello from Minnesota, Larry. You were deep in the noise for me, my G5 RV. I'm sorry, buddy. I'd love to work with you. I used to live in Minnesota. It was in Maple Grove. So what a joy it is to hear from you. Scott, hello to Colorado. Thanks for being here, Scott. Makes my evening to have you here, and I appreciate you being a part of the show tonight. Thank you. I mean that. I mean it sincerely from all of you guys. I do this I love radio. That's it. And I would love to share that passion with others. So thank you for that very much. Alexander, our new ham from Great Britain, thank you for coming. How are you enjoying being a ham, making contacts? I know you got the foundation license that limits folks in the UK to 10 watts. Alexander, you're going to make great calls. So good to see you. Let me look over. Eric's here. Kilo Charlie 3, Quebec King Jack. We'll call you Queen King Jack. Eric, so proud of you, man, for getting your license. Now, for those who don't know, Eric recently took his ham radio license, 2 of them, passed his technician and his general in one sitting. Good job, Eric. That's tough to do. LM, always a pleasure to have you. I'm really thrilled when I see your icon pop up. I really am. Very warm Western New York. What a great, thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. It's a joy to see you again tonight. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Alexander, some news. Good. Just made 2 more QSOs today. I really need to get my antenna higher. Good. Now, see, for me, the ZS6 BKW is a wonderful antenna. I used to have mine on top of my roof. It was 48 feet. It screamed at 48. I just loved it. Think of height like, you standing on the ground and looking out over the horizon, right? You don't see much because you're down low. Think of yourself now on a 2-story building and how far you can see. Your antenna works the same way. The difference is the antenna, instead of being at a low height where it pretty much shoots everything almost up, you get up high. Now the antenna goes almost straight along the horizon of the earth. It goes farther, works so much better. So Alexander, keep up the good work. I want to hear more about your QSOs. That's wonderful. I really mean that. Ernest, again, thank you, man. That's so nice. Yep, a lot of stuff going on. I actually hit the alarm on the new clock. I'm learning it. All right. A little better in Pennsylvania report 3-1. Well, I'll take 3-1. Conditions are pretty rough today. Thor, vertical's a little better for me here in Minnesota, but you're still down the noise. I'm not surprised. Conditions right now are not great on 40, but we're making some calls about 1,000 miles. Sometimes it just works that way, but you still make contact. That's the best part. I love that part. So, good evening. So, oh, bless your heart. That's cool. Look at you guys just interacting together. Eric can't hear me on his end. I'm sorry. I want to be able to do that. I do, Eric. I really do. Eric said, can't use 7.2 in the UK on 40 meters. You know what? I'll take a look and see where you can work on 40, Alexander, and we'll do a show. Make sure we do work in that area. Just let me know what part of 40 is open to you there on the on your license. Trying to think. Foundation couldn't come to my head in time. Sorry. So yeah, let me hear about that. Often hear Chinese AM radio up around 7225. Yes, Alexander, that's a great point. Let me show you the rig cam this real quick. Okay. When you are above 7.2 megahertz at night, tons of shortwave broadcasters are up there, typically starting right about 7.210, at least here in the West, okay? Western part of the United States. Now, if I move this over to AM and make it so that it will pick up shortwave, okay, what you don't see here is you don't see a lot of signals. That's around 200 kilohertz. So we're even off the band here, truly. So what this says is the one thing I don't see on here, which is clear, is I don't see any short wave. I don't. There's no short wave here. So it's very interesting, and it tells you something very important. If you don't see short wave signals, you're probably not seeing a really, really good chance for propagation, because the shortwave broadcasters know propagation really well, and they'll work in different meter bands that give them the best chance to get their signal out. Too expensive to run a transmitter and then not be able to use it, right? That's it. Thanks for the stuff. Yeah, cool clock. I like it. I do. It's a neat clock. It's something I need to learn more, but what a great gift. I'm grateful they sent it. That was a kind thing. That was my I think it's my Christmas present from MFJ. So thanks, guys. Okay. Let's see. Okay. There we go. N7. I have that clock. Works great. Takes about 3 days to fully sync. Thank you. Good to know, because I just put the rechargeable batteries in it just before the show. I was worried I'd miss the show start right on time because I was trying to get this clock going. So thanks for letting me know that. That's pretty cool. Model clock. It's the MFJ 148 RC. So put up to the camera here real quick. It is the MFJ. Let me get a better picture for you. There you go. It's the MFJ 148 Radio Charlie. And it will pick up WWV if you're in the United States, CHU in Canada, other time stations. It'll pick them up automatically, and then it'll convert your time zone. And even if you're like on daylight savings time, the cool thing, the clock will make the adjustment for you. I think it's a cool thing. Thanks again, MFJ. I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. Let's see what else. Low band, I guess, small receiver. You may get better in a different state. Yeah. By the way, speaking of different state, starting December 7th, okay, December 7th, we're going to be taking my brother on a bucket list trip. It's really important to him, from Memphis. He's going to go see Graceland. He's a big Elvis guy. And so while he's healthy, between his cancer treatments, we're planning to take him to see Graceland. I'm going to be really excited to see him enjoy that. I'm also bringing a radio along. I'll bring the IC7300 with me, and we'll be working from Mississippi. Hope we can work together. Because if I remember right, I believe in that time frame. Just let me take a quick look. No, it's not going to be a CQ calling show, but we'll do some CQ calls from Mississippi, and we'll see how well we do. So you folks that watch in the Eastern United States, possibly Europe, might be able to make a call. We'll be using the Chameleon MPAS 2.0 vertical. It's great antenna review, super product, and I'm looking forward to doing a full review on it, then bringing it on the road. We're going to go live from Waikiki the week of February 21st through March 3rd. So Waikiki Beach, we might do, maybe Kamaole 3 on Maui, and maybe a beach there in Kauai as well. But we'll do some ham radio live on the channel. Yes, we'll be able to do it live so I can interact with you guys, and we can spend some time from Hawaii trying to make some calls together. I think it'll be fun. I'm excited to do that. So put that together to make sure we could do that. Thanks to Ray Novak at ICOM for helping to make that happen, because that'll be a big, big help to make it work. Okay, what else we got? Let's see. Definitely RF coming back on mic. Yes, it is. And you know what's weird about that? It's coming back just off the vertical, not off the dipole. The dipole is just fine. No feedback, no RF, no nothing. It's the vertical. Need to check the connection. I will do that. So pick up some RF. No, other way around. Yeah, picking up RF when I'm on the vertical, not the dipole. All right. Hey, High Flyer. First time on the channel. I am honored to meet you. Thank you. Thank you. That is 2 Whiskey Oscar. I'm getting back up here. Sorry. 2 Whiskey Oscar Lima, Quebec X-Ray. It's nice to meet you. Thanks for coming to the show tonight. I mean that. It's an honor to me. Thank you. My goal still is to work Great Britain. Haven't done it yet. And the hex beams in the front yard. Got some people from the Salem, Oregon Ham Radio Club coming on Sunday. They can lift it up, tune it for me, because I can't lift things yet from my surgery, and they'll help get it up. We'll do a full video on them doing that, so you'll know how it's tuned. It's pretty cool. Question from LM. Does the orientation of a dipole make a big difference? I'm in Western New York due south of Buffalo on the PA line. Yes. That's a great question. Yes, well, yes and no. Okay. You can mount dipoles in different positions. For example, if you put it straight up, it's now a vertical antenna. It's going to omnidirectionally transmit. If you do it on inverted V, it's going to omnidirectionally transmit, but off of the ends have a little more gain. So depending upon how you how you use it, it will work better that way. You can also do dipole in an inverted L. Also a very different configuration, but it works fantastic for trying to direct your signals maybe a little different direction. Another idea to do is to take 2 dipoles. You have 2 dipoles and enough pipe or, adjustable mast, put them together you would be stunned what can happen because now you have a directional antenna. Take a look online at that to put a phased vertical antenna together. Now, you may say, can't do that with a dipole. Yes, you can. You sure can. With an end-fed dipole on 2 vertical antenna masts, you just have to phase them out so that one is just behind the other. What it does is it acts as a reflector. So you have your first dipole here, and you have your second dipole behind. Sorry about that, guys. You have your first dipole here, second dipole's behind it, okay? You run 75 ohm coax between the two, okay? 50 ohms to the load. So 50 ohms go to both dipoles. You have a T connector, so you have a splitter. That T will then run the 75 ohm coax between the 2 dipoles, right? Or the 2 verticals in this case. By putting a phase delay to account for the velocity factor that's in the line, you make the back antenna just a little behind the front. What you have then is a huge directional antenna that's going to go straight one direction. If you put a relay in it, it'll work both directions. So say you've got it in a north-south configuration, you just click the relay, it might work north one way, click it the relay again, now it's working due south. And the front to back ratio is amazing. Let me refer you to a great channel and a guy who's built them and knows them well. Most of you probably have already seen his videos. He's a friend of mine, I think, and he's a good guy. Callum McCormick, M0MCX. Callum is great at building antennas. He's called these products called DX Commander. He's a really good man. He really is. He can help set you up with a phased vertical antenna array that will knock your socks out. Seriously. So if you've got a little bit of room where you can put up 2 dipole, 2 verticals, oh, you'll love it. You'll love it because you literally will have a vertical that's going to work both ways, hard. And if you want to move it, just move it. You just move one, right? You just move one in a different direction. Now you could be working east-west or northwest-southeast, whatever. But it's neat because you only got to move one of those verticals to do that. Callum McCormick, M0MCX, he has a show on YouTube. It's DX Commander. He's a great guy. I love Callum. Yeah, great question, LM. That does. I think that'd be the best advice I can give you. If you want to run just 2 verticals, 30, 40 feet apart, that's okay. You could do that, but boy, delay them, boy, you're just rolling. All right, look at this. First time here as well. Kilo 2, India Charlie Charlie. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. We don't monetize here. Channels to teach people about YouTube, about ham radio, trying to help them get on the air. We do a lot of test questions here to try and help people license up, but explain in layman's terms what the answers mean, at least the best we can. So thank you. Once we get the directional beam, it's going to be solid. We'll have great CQ calling shows. You'll like them, I hope. Hopefully. Dave. Aw. Enjoy your channel. Thanks for posting. Kilo Delta 2 Lima Mike Radio. Dave, thank you. Thank you very much. I mean that sincerely. That's a heartfelt thank you. I don't take this for granted. I don't. This is cathartic for me. I've always loved radio. Was in commercial radio for many years. Got hurt. Unfortunately, life was pretty hard for a while. And coming back and doing something that was radio-like to teach people about radio to hopefully help them get licensed is my passion. And the reason why, that pop filter I always hit, I'm sorry. The reason why is because I waited too long. I did. I've told the story. I'll tell it briefly. I couldn't learn code. I'm dyslexic when it comes to Morse code. And code used to be part of the requirement to get your license in the U.S. I didn't realize they took it out of the requirement for a license years ago. I had no idea. I found out by accident. So I immediately went in, started taking my exam questions, and by God's grace, passed all 3 the first day. So I don't want others to make the mistake I did and think this is too hard. First of all, Morse code's no longer part of the requirement. That's a big deal. Second thing is, you can get your license. You can learn and get yourself moved up. I was a shortwave DXer for 45 years, okay? So I know a little bit about radio, receivers, and propagation. I can tell you, you can do it. if you love radio, you can definitely do it. Jonathan. Oh, man. Jonathan, welcome to the channel. Thanks, man. Heard me calling San Diego about S3, maybe 3.3 signal report. Identified, but guess didn't make it up there. You know, Jonathan, yeah, probably so. And Jonathan, that's on me. I'm sorry because we've got just a lot of noise here, and I'm sorry about that. I wish I could get that dipole up another 15 feet, and I can. I'm just going to have to wait for a little longer mast. I got to save up a little more shekels to get like a 40 foot, 45 foot. That would be perfect. 45 to 50 foot mast, perfect. Just guy wire it down. You're doing great. Okay, good to know. UK is up to 7.2. Okay, and this is the first time we've done CQ calling over 7.2. From now on, High Flyer will make sure to stay below 7.2 for Alexander. Thank you. Thank you very much. Because, Alexander, we want to work you, especially when we get the directional up. This is going to be a big, big deal. Here's from Gunter in Germany. Inverted V isn't that great for flat takeoff angle unless your antenna legs are inverted V at least 30 feet from the ground. Inverted V works best the higher you get it up. Yes, exactly. And what he's talking about here, when he talks about antenna legs, you have your two antennas, right? We'll stop there. Inverted V, one mast, wire coming down this way at a 45, that way at a 45. That's an inverted V. Now, I've had great results. I've worked from Oregon on 200 watts all the way into Indonesia. That's an 8,500 mile QSO at 200 watts. Been thrilled with it. But what he's talking about here, he's talking about a flat top, okay? And the ends being at least 30 feet off the ground. So if you're able to use the masts, have two of them, higher than, I would say if you go 50 feet or more, you know it's a lot. I do. You can get some great adjustable masts out there. Just guy wire them down. Yeah. MFJ makes a great line of them, by the way. They make great adjustable masts. I have a 1904 HD. They make some, I think, go about 50 feet or 60, I believe. But you can just guy wire them against the wind. You'll be fine. I would use, if you can, the MFJ 1900 mast base because you don't need concrete. You just pound it in the ground and do I used a 2-inch stainless steel water pipe, had it pounded down 18 inches. It's solid. I mean, it's not going to go anywhere. So if you do that, have two 50-foot poles, run your wire straight across from pole to pole. You're going to do so good. Gunter, you're right. Yes. Yes. Oh, there you go. Some love for Callum there. Yep. M0MCX. Callum's a great guy. I love Callum. He's a good guy. Love him, love him. And his antenna, by the way, if you're looking for a great vertical antenna, Callum's DX Commander Classic, highly recommend it. It's a great antenna. It's got great ratings. It's got good SWR. It's exceptionally well built. See, the thing is, you don't see him in ham radio stores. Unless you watch YouTube, for the most part, you won't find him. Find him at dxcommander.com. You won't be disappointed. It's cheap. It's, as he would call it, it's cheap as chips. Okay. So it's like under $300 shipped to the US. So again, Callum McCormick, M0MCX at dxcommander.com. You'll love it. Waiting for his Nebula DX Commander. That's good. 16 acres. Yes. Get a hold of Callum. Tell him I sent you. Tell him you've heard it from Larry in Oregon. Okay. You'll love that antenna. You will. And if you get his verticals, you know, and then make them phased, oh, buddy, the rest of your life, you'll be happy. There you go. Want the new DX Commander Nebula. That's going to be a big thing. I think Callum's got a winner there. So that's cool. Alexander, grandfather in commercial radio. Yeah. Good stuff. Radio was fun. Back in the day, when I was in radio, let me get a few more here. Just hang on. Ellen here. Yeah, this is Alpha Bravo 8, Alpha Sierra. Ellen, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Ellen, email Callum. Y'all will respond here. So got an answer in question in 2 days. Yes, he's wonderful. And he'll get back to you. Keep in mind, he's got a lot of customers and he's a small business. Callum does this like I do it out of the passion of his heart. He loves antennas. He's really smart at them. So please check his channel out if you already have it. talk to him about them, and let him know what your needs are. The good thing about Callum will listen to you versus tell you. You see the difference? Some guys tell you what you need. I don't like that. I'd rather have a person listen to what I'm looking for to do and then tell me if they have a solution for it. Callum does that. He's very good at that, so keep that in mind. Tested the inverted V-off ground, the lower setup, worked great inside Europe, but not well for overseas DX. That's true. See, my father-in-law, Bill, who I love to pieces, he's going with us to Mississippi and Tennessee, by the way. Couple hands. Okay. We're going to have some fun together. And one of the things we'll do is we're going to test the Chameleon MPass 2.0 vertical, highly respected, highly reviewed vertical antenna. Now, with Callum's antenna, simple to tune. It's already pretty much resonant where you need it to be. Just work it, set it up and work it. Easy to assemble. He didn't cheap out on the parts, and it's affordable. Right? Check out Callum McCormick, M0MCX. And yeah, my father-in-law's problem, Gunter, he has this, he had a G5RV Junior, but he only had up at 20 feet. He could work sometimes 1,000 miles depending upon propagation. But again, it's like the view story I told you, the view metaphor. When you're standing on the ground, you look around, you can't see very far, but you get 2 stories high, all of a sudden the view's great. Same thing with antennas. You get them up 50 feet or 45, so, up higher than that. Your antenna can go so much better because its takeoff angle goes a lot lower. That helps you tremendously. It really does. What a joy it's been to spend time with you. I look forward to this. I missed it last Friday. I was recovering from the surgery 2 days prior, and I heard sweepstakes was going on. I'm like, nope, not going to get a frequency. Not even going to try. Because then what you do is you get a frequency, right? Let me show you in the rig what I'm talking about. You get a frequency, and then somebody is going to be right next to you, all of a sudden calling CQ contest, and it's quick, and you're like, what the heck just happened? The person never checked. By the way, I just took it off of AM mode to single sideband. So you get a guy that might pop in like right there, okay? Like right next to your center frequency. You might get a guy that goes right there and do the same thing. Oh my gosh, and they're bleeding over on your sideband. You can't hear the guy you're trying to call with, and pretty soon it's just you throw your hands in the air. Yeah. So anyway, one final thing I want to set up before we close. Why do we use sideband? Some people don't know the answer to that. Let me explain briefly, because I don't want to go too long. But I like spending time with you guys. That's my heart. So please indulge me a few more moments. A radio carrier, typical, when you'll use like your AM radio in your car, right? It does 3 things. As a carrier, okay, that's what we think of when we tune our radios. We tune them, and all of a sudden we hear a song or we hear someone talking. That's the carrier, okay? Then it has what's called 2 sidebands. So you have the carrier in the center, a sideband that extends out a little ways, and from there, a sideband that extends out a little ways on that side. So it kind of makes a big sandwich, okay? Think of the bologna, like if you like bologna. If you don't, just indulge me. The bologna's the carrier, the bread's the sidebands. Okay. So in our radio, what we do in ham radio is we use what's called sideband. So we get rid of the carrier, the bologna's gone, we get rid of 1 piece of bread. Now, with the sideband only, you're not producing any transmitted signal, none, until you speak or hit the code key, or if you're using digital, until you send a message. There's no carrier. You're using radio really efficiently because the carrier on the other sideband's gone. You're only using that little sideband that's on one side. Now, we go 10 megahertz and down is lower sideband. The exception on that, the only exception on that, is when you get to 60 meters. For whatever reason, 60 is upper sideband, but everything else is lower. Once you get above 10, it's upper sideband. There's a difference. When you're transmitting, your signal is going to go down 3 kilohertz, essentially, okay? So make sure you've got 3 kilohertz of bandwidth between you and the person that's below you by 3. Make sure of that. Reverse is for upper sideband. If you're an upper, make sure you have separation of at least 3 kilohertz. That's 3 from that point where you're going to transmit from, which is your center frequency. Notice we don't call it a carrier frequency. It's the center frequency. Stop hitting the mic, Larry. Sorry. Center frequency. And then it goes up 3. Just check to make sure there's nobody there. Okay? We're going to do a great series on the Elecraft K3 that doesn't have a waterfall. Does it my way, the old-fashioned way. You have to use your ears. So we'll have fun with that, and I'll explain more when we get there. So, again, thank you for coming. It's been my pleasure and honor to be here. CQ Calling is powered by MFJ. MFJ has everything from antenna analyzers to amplifiers and everything in between to make your shack A-OK. Contact them at mfjenterprises.com. They can answer your questions about whatever you need for your shack. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here tonight. It means the world to me. It's my honor and privilege to do the show and make sure that you don't get commercials when you watch it. From the shack, Kilo 7 Hotel November, my name's Larry. God bless you. Thank you for watching today, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow when we do Ham Radio Live Show 85. Going to talk about some beacons. See you then. Bye, everybody.